Not sure exactly where we're heading. Figured we'd get out, stretch our legs, and do a little scouting mission. There's like this little bread oven from the Basque sheep herders back in the day. You can come out here, cook some bread out in the middle of the woods. What is shaking, everybody? Hope you're all getting off to a great start to your week. We're just out here running shenanigans as always. Got the knuckleheads loaded up. We're in the new adventure wagon. Van, wagon, to each his own. Got a little bit more work done, as you can see above me. But the week's been pretty slow. We figured we'd get out, stretch our legs, and do a little scouting mission. Not sure exactly where we're heading, but we're gonna go and see what the snowpack's looking like. It's been melting extremely fast this year. As you saw in last week's episode, just got some snowshoeing in. One quick little trip, but man, it was worth it. It was so nice to get out to Jameson City and check all that out. We're just gonna cruise up the road, do one of our famous loops, cruise through Truckee, see how things are looking and what kind of missions we can get up to here in the coming months now that spring has officially sprung. Oh, we're out here, decided to stop and let the dogs use the restroom. Got the new adventure rig out for its first outing. And these knuckleheads haven't been out in a while, so they're super excited. Like I said, we just pulled over, stopped at this spot. I thought I'd give you all a quick glimpse of this cool chimney, and there's a nice shot of the Sierra Buttes. You can see how fast the snow's been melting off. Rapid pace this year. Another cool thing I wanted to show you guys. Hey, Lily, stay over here. Is this old chimney, remnants of this old house that used to be here. This old chimney off the side of the highway. Pretty neat old cobblestone, river stone. Not sure what we'll get up to today, but yep, as you can see, I got my worries and my troubles with me. I have to say, the old adventure rig looks in its element. Might need a little help coming up with a name though. What do you guys think? Throw some stuff at me. Drop them in the comments down there.
A few moments later.
Pretty nice view of Sierra Valley this morning. Some info boards here, kind of talks about the Maidu Indians and the tribe that lived in the valley floor here. A little bit of the wildlife there. Some of the trees and whatnot that are found here in this area. Sugar pines and ponderosa pines, red fir, mountain hemlock, Jeffrey pines. And then this one over here talks about some of the geology, and looks like it was formed between 2 and 7 million years ago. Little bit of a funny story goes along with this vista look out here. Got right down there that pad for the handicap area for the blind, right? It's for their sticks and everything. Kind of a little bit ironic, the blind coming out to a scenic view area. But the thing with that pad there is, probably about 12 years ago, a buddy of mine and I, when I did construction, did a lot of concrete work and whatnot, and he'd gotten a call about this couple that had gotten a state contract to do all these things all over Northern California, and they got behind, so they got a hold of us, and we came out and put that thing in there one day. And it was kind of the weirdest thing I felt to get paid to do, to put in a pad for the blind at a scenic vista point. Kind of interesting, but just a funny little story I thought I'd share. Have somewhere in mind, but we'll see if we can get there. I'm not too sure. If it's not too muddy and there's no snow drifts, we should be all right. It's a pretty cool spot. There's like this little bread oven from the Basque sheep herders back in the day. Still functional too. Hopefully we can make it there. Some other cool stuff out there as well. All right, well, we just got up here and stopped to use the privy for the little lady. Got the doggos out running around, and we made it. Road's pretty much dry. Not very many mud puddles either, but what a beautiful day. Figured while we're right here, we'll walk on over here and check out this petroglyph rock and stuff over here. And I think the boardwalk, there's actually a boardwalk back over here from the old township, so we'll go check that out here in a few minutes too. It says, scattered throughout northern Sierra are many ancient symbols carved by Native Americans into rock. The images are called petroglyphs. These particular ones are small round pits called couples that have been ground into the rock surface. Couples have been linked with ceremonial activities performed by Native Americans such as fertility rituals, weather control, and as places to leave special offerings. This particular petroglyph cracked into 3 sections. Cool, let's go check this thing out. Oh yeah, here we have it. You can see there's a section here. Kind of move the camera, see if we can get to where you can see those dimples. They're pretty weathered. That's the second section. And that looks like the main portion of it here, possibly. No, that's not it. Oh, right there. That's the 3 sections. So yeah, that's the 3 sections there. That one. And the one back there. Like I said, you can, that's a better angle. It looks like you can kind of see. Somebody's enjoying themselves. Pretty cool. Apparently, some of the researchers say that they think that those petroglyphs and some of the native peoples were in this area like 2,000 years ago. That's kind of neat. Oh, these guys are just having a blast. I was gonna kind of walk over here. Behind me, it's kind of all circled off with these rocks, so I'm not sure if maybe there's another something over here that they got, or if it's an, oh, actually it looks like they used it. They blocked off an old road here. They got a log across back there too. All right, well, I think we're gonna go ahead, jump back in the van and pull down to the boardwalk. We'll go check that out and see what kind of old artifacts might be lingering around there. I can't remember. It's been quite a while since I've gone out in this spot. Hopefully we can still get out to that bread oven too. That's a pretty cool thing. You gotta get your harnesses on. Oh, you're excited. Just in case somebody shows up here. I know. Hold on. I know. There you go. There you go. Easy, easy. Whee! Somebody's. Wow! You've been cooped up way too long, huh? Okay, Rig's turn. You stepped out. There we go. You know it's game time now, huh? Here's the boardwalk. Wow, with all the snow runoff. It's like its own lake out there. That's cool. I've never seen it with that much water. Go see what this is here. Dedicated to and in memory of Edward R. Dunkley, 1921 to 2001. Through his passion for knowledge about trails used on the westward movement in Nevada and California, he was instrumental in redefining this Hennis Pass and other routes long forgotten but to a few. Pretty cool. Dedicated by the Sacramento Jeepers on this, the 28th day of August 2004. Awesome. Okay, we're coming. We're behind you. We're going to check this out first. Moore's Station. Wow, these are getting pretty ragged. You can pause that and read it if you'd like. They're just getting almost ineligible. They need to be redone, get recovered. But basically the boardwalk, I believe, just kind of goes back and around, does a loop, and it is where roughly Moore's Station, one of the stop-offs, was back in the day. I don't believe that there's much of any foundations or anything that's left, actually. So we're gonna cruise through though. It's pretty scenery. It's a little brisk today though. Breeze is going a little, even though it's supposed to get up to, I think, like 74 even today for late March. Crazy. The Comstock-related traffic led to congestion problems along the bustling Hennis Pass Road. Calculation, we must have passed 200 or 300 teams. That's a little story from journalist J. Ross Brown, 1863. Part of the California Trail. What an absolutely beautiful day. Looks like we're just getting up to another little pull off here. We'll go read another little sign, get some more info. This one says root cellar. This root cellar was used to keep food cool. Its thick stone walls and long log earth roof insulated it from the hot summer sun. You can kind of see some of the rocks stack up there. So the root cellar was out here in the center of this thing. Had logs stacked up with a thatch roof. Pretty cool. Looks like the doggos are showing us where the next info board is here. Lily was pointing it out for us. Let's see what this one's all about here. The Corral. The Corral. Oh, okay. There is a little bit left. You can see the rock wall shooting down here, and there's actually an old fence post still sticking in there. A few little remnants, not much. Could you imagine though, living out here back then? This view out in this meadow, I mean, this is absolutely awesome. Look at this. Crazy. We got a little more walking to do yet. I'm not sure if that's even coming out, but it's looks like a biplane. And the doggos stop at the other little spot here for us. Moore's Barn. Definitely not anything left from where the barn was. Looks like we got one or two more over there. Let's go check those out real quick. And man, that seasonal lake back here, pretty phenomenal. I don't know why they don't have some kind of info board about that. It's pretty cool. We heard a bunch of egrets or something down there making noise too earlier. It sounded like there's a ton of them down there. Moore Station Well. Way stations were always located with an eye to water and fuel for cooking and heating. 5 feet beyond this point is the site of the station's well and the source for fresh drinking water. Well is 40 feet deep. Water had to be hand pumped to the surface, so that down in there is just like snow runoff and whatnot. Nope, Lily. You don't need to get in there. Who knows what's actually in that water? And this is mining country too, so try to keep the dogs out of certain areas of water. And about 10 feet from that last info board is the last one here. Moore's Hotel. You can see a little bit of metal on that rock, some artifacts, some stuff. That's what I heard earlier I was talking about. I think they're egrets. But anyway, 2 feet beyond this sign back here where all this metal is, stood the thriving hotel. After a long and dusty day on the road, travelers on the road could find a hearty meal and a place to rest. Interesting. I almost wonder like how many people could stay. I wonder how big the hotel actually was. Pretty cool. Well, I think that was basically the loop, the roundabout there, so we're gonna head back over to the van and go see if we can't get over to the old bread oven that's just out in the forest over here. Pretty sweet spot. Yep, I'm coming. Well, it's looking promising. There's a little bit of snow out here on the ground, but mostly melted off, and some people have come out here, it looks like, so there's nice tracks made already. All right. Spoke too soon. And I didn't bring a chainsaw with me. We got a couple trees down across the road, but I think we'll just walk it from here. It's not too far. I just had a song pop into my head. Let's see if you guys know this one. Troubles ahead, troubles behind. You know what's on my mind? Name that tune. Drop it in the comments. We were getting a good laugh out of that one. A lot of this area is another spot where I wanted to come snowshoeing and stuff, but there's tons of snowmobiling out here. You got these blue diamonds all over, marking the trails. We used to use it as an old jeeping trail years ago. I'm sure some people still use it. I know a lot of people get out in this area on like side by sides and that kind of stuff. It's pretty mellow, and there's a lot of pretty country out here. It gets pretty dry late summer, but not much of a winter this year. It's going to be super dry out here this year, but still a really nice area to come explore and just take a leisurely drive and relax, listen to the birds, check out some cool meadows. I think we're getting pretty close. I think we got about 1/8 of a mile, something like that, before we get to the old bread oven. It's still like it always blows my mind, that kind of stuff. It's, you know, that they had to cook, they had to do stuff back in the day, but for it to still exist and be out here. And the last time I was out here, it was still a functioning oven, and the Forest Service, and I'm sure some people just come out and leave like some kindling and different stuff to get it going, and come out here and cook up some bread. So for all you sourdough folks with your sourdough starters, you can come out here and cook some bread out in the middle of the woods and next to a spring as well. If I remember correctly, this one has a spring next to it. There's a few of these ovens out here in the Sierras, kind of scattered out and about. I think a lot of them are kind of not really functional anymore, but this one's still usable, so. We decided to get off the road and cut through the forest, take a little shortcut, cut off a little bit of walking distance, but I can see it right over here. Back off there in the distance, past the dogs playing in the snow patch. Looks like the forestry might have done a little bit of work on it here recently. Let's get over there and go see. Got a cool little forest through here. All this downfall and stuff. Man, when I was a kid, I would have had a heyday here making forts and getting into all kinds of stuff. Doesn't look like we would have gotten all the way back here in the van anyhow. Road's all snowed over at this point. Would have been a lot closer though. A little shorter walk for the missus, but it's okay. She's a trooper. She likes to be punished.
You're talking about me. What the hell?
Wheeler Sheep Company, based in Reno, Nevada. Sheep camps were the summer basis of operation for sheep grazing in the High Sierra Meadows. This camp was built and managed by John Martin Galuz, an immigrant from the Basque homeland in Spain. Martin and his brother Felix built several of the camp structures before 1921. That's pretty sweet. And there's the bread oven over there. And it says the oven lasted until the early 1980s when its shed collapsed, exposing the oven to the elements. During the summer of 1992, Dr. Jose Malia of University of Nevada, Reno, and volunteers reconstructed the oven in cooperation with the Tahoe National Forest. It says today, the only remaining feature of the sheep camp is the brick oven built around 1927. Used to bake bread and cook stews. Fresh bread was supplied to the herders every 5 days. Bread was considered one of the most important items delivered by the camp tender. Crazy. That's pretty cool. My family actually down in Golden Trout Wilderness area, years and years and years ago, my great grandfather and all that used to have a hunting camp that they used to use, and there was a natural spring there, and it was also used by the Basque sheep herders and stuff back in the day. It was another area kind of further down south in the Sierras. Super cool that they redid that, put that back up here and made it so you can still use it. Come out here in the middle of the forest and bake some bread, make some stew, heat up some leftovers. It's pretty awesome. And like I was saying, there's a spring over here too. Oh, sorry about that sun glare. Goodness gracious. It's just on the other side of the oven, back over here. I definitely would still be boiling or filtering this water just because they do graze cattle out here, and it actually looks kind of swampy right now. It's got like water. Hey, get out of there. Silly dogs. She was about ready to just jump on in. You can see the fill tube coming out of the root system over there, but yeah, it's got something growing on there. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's some kind of like watercress maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it sets right up underneath one of these juniper trees too. Couple firs and a juniper. Just such a amazing picturesque spot. Speaking of which, I gotta take some photos. All right, folks, with that, I think we're gonna call that an end to the trip. Great success. We made it. We hit the bread oven. Got to walk the boardwalk there at Moore's Station and check that out. Pretty successful day, I might say. Must say. Must say. With that, though, you all know the woods are for meandering, and we'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to leave you with a little shot of the doggos playing in the snow. Who doesn't like watching pups play in the snow? Yep, that's my crazy. Huh.